Good morning. Today we will start the topic soil. It is a first chapter, resources and development. We have learnt about resources. We have learnt about the classification, about the development of resource planning in India, and then land use pattern. We have compared the land use studies of different years given in the textbook and understood about the positive and negative aspects of land use pattern. Today's topic is soil. So we have defined soil as thin uppermost layer of the earth's crust, which helps in plant growth by providing essential nutrients and also mechanical support and sustenance. So the thin layer of the soil contains the essential nutrients for plant growth, and the same soil also gives it mechanical support to stand upright. And the soil consists of several layers. The layers of the soil are known as topsoil, here I have already shown, or also known as A horizon. The next layer is known as subsoil or B horizon, then weathered rock, C horizon, and unweathered bedrock or parent rock, that is D horizon. So soil formation is very slow and continuous process, and it takes thousands of years to develop 1 inch of soil. Soil formation factors are number 1 is parent rock. It is the same bedrock which we have seen in D horizon or the unweathered rock. It is also known as bedrock or parent rock. And without parent rock, soil formation cannot begin. The soil is developing from the parent rock. The minerals of the soil and minerals of the parent rock are almost same. The parent rock also contributes to the physical chemical properties of the soil, like its color, texture, reaction, and its particles. The texture or color are known as the physical qualities of the soil, but soil reaction is known as the chemical property of the soil, chemical quality or chemical property of the soil. So whatever the soil we see around us is the outcome of the parent rock. It's from the parent rock only. Next factor is topography. Topography simply means the surface appearance. The earth's surface is not uniform. Somewhere it is like a mountain, somewhere it is a plateau, somewhere it is a plain land, or somewhere it is a low-lying valley. So according to the difference in the topography or the surface appearance, the soil formation also gets affected. In the upland or in the mountainous areas, the soil formation is slow, and the thickness of the soil is also very less in the mountain top. Whatever there is where erosion and weathering, the small particles are flowing down due to the action of gravity, or they are carried by the rivers or winds or glaciers to the low-lying valleys. So soil formation or the thickness of the soil is affected by the topography of an area. In the low-lying area, the rate of accumulation is quite faster, hence thickness of the soil is also much more as compared to the mid-slope or top slope of a mountain or a hill. So that's the action, that's the impact of topography. It is also known as relief. Number 3, third factor is climate. Just now we have told that the parent rock gets broken or weathered due to the action of temperature, pressure, rainfall. So the weathering, the rate of weathering is controlled by climatic condition of an area. the equatorial regions, the tropical areas are having much more higher rate of erosion and weathering. Hence, soil formation is quite faster in the equatorial tropical areas as compared to temperate and polar area, where there is not much difference in the weather conditions. Hence, the action of weathering is not so profound as we see in equatorial and tropical region. So the soil formation is also affected by climate, which determines the rate of erosion and weathering, and hence the soil formation is faster in equatorial tropical area as compared to the temperate and polar areas of the world. Number 4. Natural vegetation and wildlife. Natural vegetation and wildlife can also be described as flora, fauna, and microorganisms, because the natural vegetation and wildlife contribute fertility to the soil. Whenever a leaf falls in the soil, it gets decomposed and it mixes up with the rock matter, or it mixes up with the topsoil and make the soil more mature and fertile. So natural vegetation and wildlife, they contribute to the fertility and maturity, and therefore it also adds a little thickness, a little more thickness to the soil. Now we have understood 4 factors of soil formation, and each of the 4 factors of soil formation take a much longer time period. They need a time span to show their impact on the soil or to bring about the changes on the soil type. Hence, they are known as passive factors, and we will note down last one, that is the independent factor. Number 5 is time. The independent factor of soil formation is time, because it does not depend on any of the previously mentioned 4 factors. All the 4 factors need time to show its impact on the soil. So I hope you have understood soil formation. These are the 5 factors of soil formation. Right, we begin from the parent rock. Without parent rock, soil formation cannot happen. Then topography, depending upon the environment or the topography, the soil may be thick in the valley bottom, and it may be very thin on the mountain top. Then comes the role of climatic condition. Right from equator to pole, due to variety of climatic conditions, due to variety of temperature, rainfall, humidity, the action of erosional and weathering forces on the soil also differs from place to place. Hence, the rate of erosion and weathering also responsible for different nature of soil being formed early or late. In the equatorial tropical area, soil formation is quite faster, whereas the temperate and polar region, soil formation is a little bit slowed down. And also the soil may be acidic, the soil may be alkaline. It also depends on the different environments. Then comes the action of natural vegetation and wildlife. I repeated just now that it contributes to the fertility or organic matter or humus. These are the ways in which we refer to the soil fertility. So the fertility comes from the dead and decomposed leaf and litter, and also the organic remains of animals or any other life form. So it mixes up with the soil slowly and contributes to the fertility of the soil. And time is an independent factor, because of which all the above 4 mentioned factors work. That's all about soil formation. In case you have any difficulty up to here, you can ask me. So I'm waiting. Next topic is classification of soil, and soil classification depends upon certain bases. Those bases are relief or topography, climatic region, landforms, vegetation, and several other factors are also there to identify and to classify the soils. These are the These are the macro factors upon which the soils of an area are classified. So soil types which we see in India are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. They are alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite soil, arid or desert soil, and one more remaining which you have already responded, that is mountain soil. Mountain, or you can also see it as forest soil. Okay, so these are the soil types which is found in India, and each of the soil has their properties, and we will learn one by one the properties of alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, and we will draw a map of India and we will show which part of India has which type of soil. So we will draw one map of India. And we will show the soil types. So first, we'll write down mountain soil. All right. Then we wait. Next one is alluvial soil. Number 2. In copy it is better. Number 2 is we can draw more map and we can show. Can anyone tell me what is this soil?
Black soil.
Can anyone tell me which soil is suitable for growing cotton?
Sir, black soil.
Black soil.
What is another name of black soil? What is another name of black soil?
soil.
Also known as regur soil. So here in this map, who can tell me what soil I am showing here?
Arid. Arid soil.
What is another name of arid soil? What is another name of arid soil? What is another name of arid soil? It's also known as desert soil. So it is northwestern part of India in Rajasthan where there is Thar desert. The soil found in the Thar desert and the areas around it are known as arid soil, black soil. So how many we have shown in the map? 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one remain?
Red soil and Latin soil.
Red soil and laterite soil. So which one is more in area, red or laterite? Which soil from the map? Tell me by seeing the map, which soil has more area?
Soil.
Red or laterite?
It's a red soil.
Red soil. Now, why red soils are red in color? One more question. Who can tell me why red soils are red in color?
Iron.
Why red soils are red in color?
Due to diffusion of iron.
Due to diffusion of
Iron.
very good. So here we will show an area and I will write R. So R for red soil. And within red soil, we will get some pockets of laterite soil. So some pockets of laterite soil are found here in the top of the western Ghats. So I'm marking it with another color scheme here also. Red and laterite soils are very closely associated with each other, very closely located also. Around red soil in the top area, in the mountain top where there is very high rainfall temperature and intense leaching, the laterite soils are developed. And around the mountains in the valley bottoms, the red soils are developed. And red soils are red in color due to diffusion of iron. So whenever it rains, iron reacts with water and it turns red in color. And the red soil also appears yellow in hydrated form. Means whenever it rains on the red soil, there is a little bit yellowish color, as long as it is in hydrated or it is having some water with it. Whenever red soils are dry, they appear even more redder. And the laterite soils and the red soils are distinguished on the basis of the environment and the bedrock. There is difference in the bedrock. So red soils are formed out of metamorphic rocks, and the red soils develop on crystalline, igneous and metamorphic rocks, whereas the laterite soil develops in the areas of intense leaching and heavy rain. This soil is also fertile, but only thing is that we have to add fertilizer with those soil. So red soils become cultivable if we supply manure or if we add fertilizer to it, and we can grow the crop. So in the peninsular plateau, we can see that in the peninsular plateau, red and laterite soils are found, and rest we have the alluvial soil, which is most widely spread soil of India. So this is the best soil found in India. It is along the river valley, coastal plains and delta. The alluvial soils are found. One by one, we will discuss the properties of each soil. So from the map, we have learned about the 6 soil types. Here we have shown mountain soil and alluvial soil. Here we have shown red and laterite soil. And in this map, we have shown black soil and desert soil. Let me check the chat. So I hope you have understood. From the map also, we can explain at least 1 or 2 points. Who can tell me about the fertility condition of the arid soil? Will it be fertile or it will be infertile? First question. Arid or desert soil, will it be fertile or it will be less fertile as compared to other? Rohit says infertile. Will it be sandy or it will be clay? Again, one answer. If you can unmute and respond, it will be sandy. Very good. Utkarsh, Rohit, they are quick to respond. Now, tell me one point about black soil. Tell me one point about black soil, 1 or 2 points about black soil. They appear black in color, suitable for growing cotton. We have already known 2 points. Can you add third and fourth point to it? It is suitable for growing cotton, fine. Black soil are suitable for growing cotton. It is also known as regur soil. Then it is rich in, you find out, tell me an answer. Whether it rich in lime, phosphorus, carbonates of magnesium, and made up of extremely fine clay material. Good, 1 point we got, that black soils are clay. What happens to clay soil if we put water? Will it become sticky? They are having higher moisture holding capacity, rich in nutrients like, tell me Utkarsh, which are the nutrients which we will find in the black soil? Calcium, only calcium or carbonates of calcium, magnesium, potassium? It is rich in the carbonates of calcium, magnesium, lime, etc. And it has high moisture holding capacity, and it becomes sticky when wet, and it develops deep crack when dry. जब सूख जाते हैं तो इसमें crack आ जाते हैं soil में. You can see one picture of black soil on your textbook where it shows that the dried up black soil has deep cracks with it. So whenever it rains, the first shower is used to plow the soil. If it rains heavily, then plowing on black soil becomes difficult. इसलिए पहली बरसात के साथ ही जैसे ही थोड़ा बहुत बारिश होने लगती है, ब्लैक सॉइल का प्लाउइंग करना स्टार्ट कर देते हैं. थोड़ा वाटर, थोड़ा ड्राइनेस रहने से उसको प्लाउ करते हैं. Other crops grown in black soil, you can note from the state wise crops. अगर एटलस देखोगे और हर स्टेट का बारे में पढ़ोगे कि कौन कौन से क्रॉप है, whether it is sugar cane or whether it is any jowar, bajra, ragi or rice, wheat, whatever the crops are grown in the state and the areas covered by the state on different soil type, you can note it down. But black soil is better suited for growing cotton. So one soil type we have discussed and we got 4 or 5 points. Likewise, you have to prepare your own notes related to alluvial soil. So first point, alluvial soil is very fertile soil. Alluvial soil is most widely spread soil. Third point, alluvial soil is found in the river valleys, deltas, and low-lying coastal areas. Now, who can tell me the 2 types of alluvial soil and what is the basis of their classification? There are 2 varieties or 2 types of alluvial soil. You tell me which one. Very good. Lovely says Khadar and Bangar. Which one is old? Which one is new? On the basis of age, we divide the alluvial soil as Khadar and Bangar. Very good. I got the answer. Lovely type. Very fast. Bangar is known as old alluvium and Khadar is known as new alluvium. And Although both are very fertile, one of them is more fertile, that is khadar, or new alluvium is more fertile because the particles are finer and new alluvial soil has new minerals brought by rivers. The alluvial soils are found along the river valley, hence the river bring new mineral every year during flood and settle it along the floodplain. Concord nodule means that they are nodules made of calcium. Concord nodule means that they are small rounded particles or lump of calcium carbonate. छोटे छोटे नोड्यूल बन जाते हैं. अगर हम अचानक से अगर मान लो कि आटा में पानी डालते हैं तो आटा में भी छोटा छोटा जो है ढेला जैसा बन जाता है. अगर हम दूध में अगर बॉर्नविटा भी डाल रहे हैं तो उसमें भी थोड़ा ढेला बन जाता है. तो ऐसे सॉइल में भी कंकर नोड्यूल्स मिलते हैं, वो कैल्शियम के नोड्यूल्स होते हैं जो कि बॉटम लेयर में देखने को मिलता है. ठीक है. So today we have discussed about alluvial soil, we have discussed about black soil, we have drawn the map, we have located the various soil types, we learned about red soil, why they are red in color. Now one more question, be prepared. From which word laterite soil has come and what it means? What is meaning of laterite and from which word it is taken? Utkarsh is first to respond. The word laterite comes from later, which means brick. In which language? Latin word later, which means brick. So Utkarsh and Lovely are 1 and 2 in response. Very good. So 5 soil types we have noted down: alluvial soil, black soil, red laterite, and arid soil. Arid soil are not fertile, arid soil are sandy in nature, arid soil are found near the desert areas of Rajasthan. And then one soil type remains. Which one? Mountain or forest soil. So mountain means that the topography is not uniform. Somewhere it is high, somewhere it is low. So mountain soil also varies from one place of the mountain to another place of the mountain. Arid soil is also found in Gujarat. Okay. So mostly Rajasthan, some parts of Gujarat also has desert soil or arid soil. Now we are discussing the mountain soil. So one prime feature about mountain soil is that it has variety of soil type depending upon the variety of the relief. Some part of the mountain is high, some part of the mountain is mid slope, and some part of the mountain is known as the foothill or foot slope. So from top part of the mountain to the valley bottom, the soil differs from one place to another. It is acidic when it comes in contact with the snow or ice cover. Then the particle size also differs from top to middle slope to the foothill to the valley bottom. The size of the particles also differ. Along the break of slope or along the place where mountain joins the plain, that is also known as Piedmont. That is known as Piedmont or foot of the mountain. In that place, we will find large pebbles and boulders. And as the river progresses and it deposits finer and finer soil, so mountain soils are carried away. And later on, the same mountain soil is also slowly converted into an alluvial soil. The mountain soil are also known as forest soil because human interference is less. Humans cannot go, and it is not comfortable for humans to carry out their activities. Hence, deforestation is not easy in the mountains. And therefore, over a longer period of time, the forests are quite healthy and the soils also get time to become what it is. It is known as a mountain soil. Go through your book. One question from Lovely is that she has asked about denudation. So denudation means combined process of erosion and weathering. Whenever we see the surface is exposed to heat and rainfall or humidity or any other action by the external forces. Hence, they are broken and being transported by the agents of erosion like river, wind, glacier, or sea waves. So the combined forces of erosion and weathering is known as denudation, and the soil is always exposed to the denudational process. Only 1 minute remain. In my next class, I will describe more. I will discuss more about the same topic, about the soil erosion, types of soil erosion, what steps can be taken to control soil erosion. Till then, bye-bye.